Hi, welcome to the Rutland Free Library Whoopie Pie Cooking Show, where we have Randall Smathers, Director of the Rutland Free Library, and Amy Williams, Assistant Director of the Rutland Free Library, here making gingerbread whoopie pies and I'm Kathy Solsa, trustee of one of the many trustees at the Rutland Free Library, and we are preparing gingerbread whoopie pies in anticipation of the Whoopie Pie Festival this Saturday in downtown Rutland, beginning at noon.
Noon to 4, put on by CEDAR, the Chamber and Economic Development of Rutland Region.
Awesome.
I got the whole name. All right, are we gonna make some whoopie pies?
Let's make some whoopie pies.
Okay.
What's our first step?
First step is we're gonna start making the dough. So we have pre-measured all the ingredients.
Let's talk about our recipe.
Let's talk about the recipe. You can talk about the recipe and I'll put stuff in there.
Okay. All right, so we are using a gingerbread cookie recipe for our whoopie pies. The recipe will be available on the PEG TV website. That's pegtv.com, and there is a cooking show tab. You'll be able to find the recipe there.
Yep. So big heavy-duty stand mixer is recommended, just because it's a fairly dense dough. I started with a half cup brown sugar, some room temperature butter, and then the basic spices, allspice. I'm going to get them all mixed up, but they get all mixed up anyways. Allspice, ginger. I do recommend a good quality ginger, because as I discovered, you can actually see the threads of the ginger in good quality ginger, which I had never bought before, which was really cool. Cloves, more cloves than I've ever used in any recipe at any one time, and cinnamon. Seriously, I'd never used a whole teaspoon of cloves in any recipe in my whole life. So it's a pretty spicy recipe. We did test drive a couple. The good things about this one, in addition to it being pretty spicy, it really, you get a nice soft cookie. It stays soft, which might not be what you want for a Christmas cookie, but it's ideal for making whoopie pies out of. Yes, add the molasses and egg. So 1 cup of molasses. You do not want blackstrap molasses. It gets really bitter. And I'm super cheap, so I try to scrape every last ounce of molasses out of my cup, which is probably better at home than on a timed TV cooking show.
And what happens if you add that molasses slowly?
You don't want to do that because it wraps itself around the tine of your beater, and it's like this amazing thread of gooey molasses working its way up the handle of your beater, and then you get to spend a half an hour cleaning molasses out of the workings of your beater. Don't ask how I know that. Alrighty, and I think the egg goes in. Oh, mix everything together. And Kathy, I'm going to let you connect this, just because it is your mixer.
Here we go.
Yep.
Okay. So what I always do is start slow.
Yep. Okay, now we add the egg and give it another little mix. This one's just really quick.
Another little, before we add the flour, I'm just going to do a little.
So just stir it up as you go, because otherwise it doesn't blend that well. If you've got a stand mixer at home, you've been through this.
All right.
You don't need a stand mixer for this recipe, but it does get pretty thick toward the end, so it's certainly helpful. So the next step is to add a little bit of flour, roughly half of it, not quite half. Another pro tip, and we won't discuss how I discovered this one, is don't add your flour while the mixer is going around. Bad things happen.
Like what?
Bad things.
And that's sort of like starting at 8 when you put the flour and you want to start slow.
You want to start nice and slow. I learned that lesson too.
Yeah.
I made a lot of batches of whoopie pies so far.
Okay, we'll have a little more flour,
Add a little bit more flour. Probably do it in 3 batches, the flour. Okay. The recipe calls for 2, but I usually did 3 at home. There we are.
Okay.
All right, so this is the dough starting to mix together. The good stuff always sticks to the bottom.
So Amy, you have some fun facts for us about Whoopie Pies.
I do, just a couple. This morning I was trying to look up the extensive history and top 32 facts about Whoopie Pies. One of the ones I found was that no one knows, much like Sasquatch, where they came from. There's debate over whether or not the Pennsylvania Dutch were the originators of the Whoopie Pie or somewhere in Maine. And we will never know. So what you're seeing today is an arcane and ancient art, possibly aliens.
So at some point we add a little bit of soda, baking soda, and water. So it really softens up with the little bit of water there. I don't quite know what the baking soda is for. I assume to help it rise. Chemistry is not my strong suit. Here we are.
Okay.
So you do just need to incorporate.
Smells wonderful.
Yeah, you do need to incorporate the flour a little bit at a time, but it doesn't take long. Like the whole process is maybe 10 minutes to do the cookie dough itself.
Hold that.
I sure can. Thank you.
Ooh, that stiff dough. There we go.
I warned you.
You did. I think we got it.
Alrighty. So this is a refrigerator dough. I have left it overnight every time I've made it. The recipe says a few hours or overnight, but you do definitely want to, thank you. You do definitely want to turn it out into plastic or some way you can keep it airtight in your fridge. Store it overnight. It sets up the dough when it comes out of the fridge. It's got a different look to it, and it handles really well. It's less sticky, so it is a step you can't skip. And there we are with one batch of gingerbread dough, suitable for gingerbread cookies or whoopie pies. And now through the magic of TV,
Fresh from the fridge.
we have a batch that I whipped up last night. Set that aside for now. You don't need a lot of dough, or a lot of flour, but you do need a little bit of flour to keep things from sticking together. Hey, I got my first flour explosion. Bound to happen.
Can you tell us about that very interesting rolling pin that you're using?
My rolling pin, yes, this is an inheritance from my grandmother, Grandma Schobert, who was a fabulous baker. And this actually, you filled it with ice and then rolled out your dough. So if you had a dough, and you're a better baker than I, and suggested that it might be croissants or something similar, where you want to keep the dough really cold. This way, it would keep your dough cold actually while you were rolling it out.
So how thin are you going to roll that dough?
About a 1/4 inch. For the cookie recipe that we're working off of, it says, not more than a 1/4 inch. But a whoopie pie is unlike a gingerbread cookie, where often you want it really snappy, ginger snap. You want this nice and doughy and just a little bit puffy when it comes out. So
are you going to measure it, or are you eyeballing?
I just eyeball it. Yeah, a little thin on that one edge, a little fat there. Not too bad. Certainly workable. And then, thanks to my son Finn and the iBots and Stafford Technical Center, we have our book-shaped cookie cutters. If somebody wanted to put those on a tray, that'd be awesome.
You got it.
Thanks.
All right.
So I've been getting about 24 cookies, depending on how thick I make the dough. You want them about a 1/2 inch apart on the tray, so that they have a little bit of room to spread out. And
there's no buttering the tray?
No, because I left a fair bit of flour on the dough,
Okay.
Which helps keep them from sticking. You don't want butter, but you can use if you're not sure if your tray's a little older, whatnot. I'm going to reach across you there. Thank you.
Whoop.
Sorry. You can pre-flour the tray a little bit, but this particular one, I got a little bit of extra flour on the cookies, so I'm not too worried about it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14 book cookies.
Maybe. I mean, it really depends on how thick you roll them out.
Okay.
The last batch I did, I got exactly 24. Looks like I'll come up a little short, so maybe I didn't roll them out quite as much. But that's
the
going to be
idea has 24 in a batch.
Yeah, as many as
12
20
cookies.
As many
12
Whoopie
Whoopie
pies.
pies.
Right, 24 cookies, 12 Whoopie pies. That's going to be a maximum batch. Don't break grandma's rolling pin.
Do not break grandma's rolling pin.
That would be bad.
Above
On live TV too, you'd watch me cry.
Oh,
I mean, that's an heirloom.
yeah.
We're going to need a second.
It's
Going to need a second sheet.
beautiful. Okay, second sheet.
Yep.
Can we use this red one?
Sure.
It matches your apron very nicely.
It matches our
your
theme.
spoons.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And just this last one.
So Amy told me that she uncovered a book that related to Whoopie Pies, and it's a Whoopie Pie murder story.
Whoopie Pie murder. It's
Yeah,
of
it's a
the
thing.
baking and crime genre that is so popular nowadays.
It really is a thing, yeah. All right.
If anyone's looking for that book, we will be glad to locate it for you.
At Rutland Free Library, 10 Court Street, Rutland, Vermont. Okay, and now we're going to pop these in the oven.
Okay.
Oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
There we go.
Kathy is not only a board member, she's actually our best baker on the team.
There we go. All right, so 10 minutes.
Not more than 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. You want to leave them a little bit soft.
Okay.
Yep. And again, through the magic of television, I'm going to do this over here. You do definitely, I'm putting them the wrong way up. You do definitely want to have them cool off before you get to the next step. And the next step we're going to do is making the cream cheese filling.
And it's spiced cream cheese filling. It's just
Yes.
not regular cream cheese filling.
I did not know that was a distinction, but
Spiced.
sure, it is spiced cream cheese filling. And this one worked pretty much the way the last recipe did. The fat.
So the library will be open on Saturday. So after folks visit the Whoopie Pie Festival in downtown Rutland, it's just a short walk up the hill to the Rutland Free Library.
It is.
And we would love it if everyone stopped by.
And yeah, love to see you stop by the Whoopie Pie Festival. It is a competition, and we hope to win. So just soften the fat up a little bit, the cream cheese and butter. And then again, not all at once.
And that's confectioner sugar, not regular sugar.
It is confectioner sugar, yep. Just let that combine.
And again, it's a combination of ground ginger, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, and ground cloves
Yes.
that go into the cream cheese filling.
The cookie recipe calls for allspice. The filling recipe calls for nutmeg. If you happen to have one and not the other, go ahead and substitute. Nobody's going to know the difference. And you don't need to buy a whole extra jar of nutmeg to add a half teaspoon or a pinch to your cream cheese filling.
Randall's hack for gingerbread whoopie pies.
5 batches now. 5. I did play around with a couple different varieties of whoopie pie recipe, or a gingerbread recipe. This one gave the best whoopie pie result. Oop. Do not turn that on full speed when you first add your sugar.
That's poof.
For those wondering at home why, that's fine.
That's why.
The big cloud of powdered sugar.
And it's sad that you all at home cannot smell it in here right now, but the oven is
So good.
exuding this beautiful
cinnamony,
Cinnamony?
cinnamony,
Yeah.
nutmeggy,
It's a whole vibe.
gingery. Yes, it's a whole vibe.
Randall, did you want to talk about why you chose gingerbread?
I chose gingerbread because I love plays on word, and I was trying to figure out what kind of whoopie pie we could do that would be a library-specific whoopie pie, and I came up with gingerbread with the silent B, if you will. So it's ginger red or bread, depending on how you look at it.
I found that there's people either love the frosting or filling or the cake. Like there are people, like I'm a frosting person. I will buy a cupcake and just eat the frosting. And I have friends who just eat the cake. So it's a perfect,
That's why you're friends.
because it's a good synergy. But whoopie pies, you gotta eat the whole thing. There's no dividing up the frosting and the filling and the cookie or cake.
So when you ate, cream filling cookies when you were a kid, were you one of those kids that took them apart and ate the filling separately?
I was.
You were?
Indeed, I was.
But you've outgrown that.
Really the only time I eat those type of cookies is in ice cream. So,
And there you are.
yeah, there you are.
That sounds amazing. Gingerbread and ice cream.
I'm sure a ice cream company based out of Waterbury that we cannot name has come up with at least one version of that over the years.
Yes.
And if not, then they should.
So what about you? When you ate your sandwich cookies?
We were not a well-to-do family, and Mom was a fabulous baker, so I ate 97 different kinds of homemade cookies, and store-bought cookies just weren't as good, so I didn't really eat many of them, and I didn't care, because they weren't as good as Mom's cookies.
I'm sure.
She was a great baker. So the filling is nice, it's spicy. It's a little soft right now for making whoopie pies out of. If I was to do this, well, we're going to do it tomorrow in bulk for the Whoopie Pie Fest. I'd let this sit in the fridge for probably a couple of 3 hours.
Okay.
Just to make it easier to, well, when we start assembling the cookies, you'll see, you don't want it to all smush out and have a really thin layer of filling. You want a nice fat filling. If you're making this at home, do allow for some time in between. I mean, the total prep time has been, it's 15 or 20 minutes total, like to do the mixing and blending for the whole thing. Oh my God, those smell good. They're almost done already, the ones we threw in the oven.
And now, will the spiced cream cheese filling recipe also be available?
Yes.
On Peg TV?
Yes,
.com?
absolutely.
Okay.
And it's from it's an online recipe. It's a modification of an online recipe. Tomorrow we're going to add just a little bit extra sugar into it, make it a little bit stiffer, make it a little easier to manage for a whoopie pie.
Okay, and so will that sugar that you add, will it be standard?
More powdered.
More powdered confectioner sugar?
Just add a little bit. In fact, we could throw a little bit more in right now if we wanted. The bag's right there, if somebody could grab it. And you can just see, because right now it's a really soft,
Yeah.
kind of liquidy.
Kind of
Because the
smush
butter's
out.
room temperature, the cream cheese is room temperature. Now, I've often asked if I'm a baker. No, I'm a cook. Bakers always measure everything to the nearest gram or teaspoon or
We're 7
whatever.
minutes in, so I just wanted to check them.
Perfect, thank you. And cooks just throw things at recipes. And so this is the part of the process where I just throw things at the recipe. So a little bit of extra powdered sugar. In this case, I got about an extra half cup. I'll start with a quarter cup or so. And just incorporate it the same as the rest of it.
And you're just looking for a consistency that's more spreadable and
So this
firm, a more firm consistency.
Yes. And this is where owning a home is a great piece of advice. You want it to look like grout for when you're retiling your bathroom.
Okay.
Delicious.
Which
Good
is,
analogy.
but not one you often see in recipes.
No, I don't know that I've ever seen that analogy, but it will forever live in my mind.
What can I say? You want it about the same consistency as grout for when you're retiling a bathroom.
Also a heck of an ice cream flavor.
Also a heck of an ice cream flavor, yeah. So Amy, can you tell us about some cool things going on at the library?
We have a whole lot going on, especially as we're entering fall and summer reading program has waned for everybody who got to participate. Go ahead and stop in if you'd like. We have the calendars available, new books all the time, a couple different events going on that we'd love you to come be a part of. One involves a quilt.
Well, I stopped in and I saw the quilt. It's beautiful. It's hanging on the wall just as you walk in. I highly recommend anyone stop by to see it who is an aficionado of quilts or quilting. It's beautiful.
And that was donated to the library for a fundraiser by?
The Maple Leaf Quilters Guild.
Awesome. Love those folks.
Beautiful.
All right, now we're going to make some whoopie pies.
And I'm going to take these cookies out of the oven because it is 10 minutes.
And the reason we're doing it not with the brand new fresh cookies, which do smell awesome, is you really do want these cookies to be cold. If you don't wait them out,
do those look done to you?
those look fabulous.
Okay, wonderful.
Just a little bit puffy.
Just a little bit
Which
puffy.
is again because I cut them a little bit thick.
Delicious. All right.
So this is the easy part. Somebody want to
Yep.
turn these into books?
Sure. We'll need another tray.
There you go.
You just kind of group it on.
And yeah, and don't squash them too hard.
Am I pushing too hard on your cream?
No, you just trust me. And again, Randall's oops, that's not the right way to do it. If you squish them too hard, you get filling all out the sides and all over your kitchen, and that's a signal that you have in fact squished your whoopie pie too hard. It's been fun learning how to bake whoopie pies.
I feel like there are way more puns in here than we are taking advantage of.
I mean, I happened to catch a little bit of Julia Child the other day, and she was literally throwing a loaf of bread dough on the counter repeatedly. So, not a bad place to start if you're trying to emulate a cooking host. And absolutely not necessary, but in this particular case, they came out even. If they don't come out even, the professional trick is put some extra dough or extra filling on the spare cookie and eat it.
Ah, the best part.
All right, let's get that out of the way so the viewers can get a look at those.
Broken
And let's see,
pieces.
there's eight finished whoopie pies. And all we need to do is make 242
thickness
more
here.
and we'll be ready for Saturday.
That is beautiful.
So again, we'll be looking to meet folks on Saturday afternoon, noon till 4, at the Whoopie Pie Festival, sponsored by Cedar in downtown Rutland, Vermont. We are going to be on Center Street, almost at the intersection, Center and Merchants Row. Drop by, say hi, love to see you. We'll have some swag that we'll be handing out. And doing a little fundraising and a little meeting and greeting, and we'd love to win the contest.
Good. Hot tip, these are the only edible books at the library. So when you do wander up the hill afterwards, do not put those in your mouth, please.
Well, technically not true.
You've been reading differently than I do.
The first book that my family had to replace because we accidentally damaged it at Rutland Free Library, my oldest child chewed the cover up on it. It was a board book called Teeth Are Not for Biting.
Oh.
You did have a point.
How ironic.
You can't make this up. Thanks to Amy Williams and Kathy Solsa for joining me today. It's been fun. It's been great. Looking forward to more fun on Saturday. Thanks to our friends at PEG TV for letting us share this with everybody.